Hi everyone, this is Tracy from We Craft at Home, and my Pinflair project for today is the rotary picture box. I've had this for a while, but I never seem to have gotten around to doing it. So today I decided I'm going to do it. So let's get the picture out the way. We'll go through the instructions. I've done a lot of stuff ahead of time just to make it a bit easier. So the first thing it says, let's get this, is glue the sides of the lids up like this, because it comes flat packed. So you just glue it. Obviously I've done that ahead of time so that the glue dries in perfect time. And this lid is actually really simple. So each side, as you go around, the two shorter sides go on the inside. There's two shorter sides that go on the inside and they're opposite each other, so that makes that a bit easier. So this is the bit of fabric it first says to cut. I've chosen my own fabric. I'm not using the fabric. I bought the picture box without the material because I had some fabric I wanted to use. So you first off cut it like it says, and then when you put it on, just make sure that you've you miter the corners, and then we're going to stick it there. We go. So now it's all down. I've mitered the corners and then stuck it down the edges like that. Okay, the next thing it says is to cut a piece of fabric 560 mil, so 56 centimeters by 9 centimeters. Obviously it then says glue over the ends, and I've done that. And all that's going to do, you're going to glue it wrapped around like that, so that you've got the end you've glued so that it's not ragged or anything, it's nice and straight. I'm just going to wrap around, see how much there is. So I want to finish on an end, so I know that this bit is going to start being glued there. So when I finish, it finishes at the end. If you can see, let me show you a bit better. If I start gluing that bit there, when I come back round, that will be on the end. So actually let's use the one that's a little bit bigger. I don't know where my medium one is. Terrible at putting things away, me. Okay, so we'll first by sticking it to the edge. And then we're just going to go round each one. Whoops. So it looks like that now. And then all we're going to do, use your scissors and cut the four corners, because we're going to tuck it in. I mean, so that's your very messy inside that you're left with. Okay, you're going to do two of them. So I do have the other one. I've still got to do that long strip to it, but I'll do that afterwards because that can be the lid. So I'll do that in my own time. Take the thin cards. You've got two of them again, one for the lid, one for the base, and that's just basic covering. I've done it in a different material. It's up to you if you do that or not. And you're just going to cover the bottom. Let's put it down like this. And it will fit inside and cover all the mess that we just made. So like I said, if you want to use the same material, it's fine. But I only had a little bit of this left and I wasn't sure if it was going to cover all the inside pieces. So that is the base of your box. All done. Next it says glue fabric to the oval frames and the square frames. You get 2 of each. So ahead of time I've just stuck the fabric on. That's all I've done. These 2 I've already done and you can see how they finish off. So you get 2 squares, rectangles, sorry, and 2 ovals. So to do the inside, and then you're just going to make little snips all the way round. So you cut it at the measurement it says. These are both the same. So, and then all you're going to do is miter the corners and then fold it all round the back, so that it ends up looking like that. So let's just do that quickly. I'm going to go back to the small one. Same with this one. There we go. So it looks very messy at the back, but at the front it looks wonderful. If you get little bobbles like this, you just get a little bit of the glue and put it on there and then fold it back. It goes. So, okay, I think that's that. So now we've got all 4 frames decorated. Now the next step it says here is to glue the fabric that goes on the back of these. So cover the card pieces. Again, it's just basic fabric, basic square card, and then they're going to go over there. Before you do that, just in case you want to, because of the fact that it's going to have photos in, I would consider placing a piece of acetate. Obviously didn't do very well with that glue bit there. Yeah, a piece of acetate in between. I always save acetate from packs and things like that. So if you wanted to, you could place a piece of acetate there so that your photo is covered and protected. Just an idea if you wanted to. Also, it doesn't tell you, it says glue fabric to the 2 card pieces. So you get 4, 2 for each frame. Glue it to the back of the oval frames and only glue a 3mm border so that there's room for your pictures to slide in. What it doesn't tell you, and I know it's common, but just in case, don't glue the top, otherwise you're not going to get your photos in. And again, if you want to add a bit of acetate, now is the time to do it before you glue this on. So it'll be like that. So any messiness is always covered. Now where did I put that acetate? I think I want to do this because I want to protect whatever pictures are in. If you're not changing the pictures, you could just glue your pictures in. But if you want them so that you can change them, then leave the top open so that you can keep putting them in. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to stick them on with acetate before I add it, and then I'll be back. Okay, I've done the rest off camera, and that's how they are. I'll just do the last one so you can see how I've done it. So I've just added red liner tape round, and then on the piece of acetate I've added the last two pieces that go on the edge. And all I'm going to do is take them all off. And there we go. Make sure you press firmly down. High tack tape is really the best bet with acetate. I wasn't sure about it sticking to the material, but it's actually done really well. Okay, so that's my 4 with the acetate on, and now we are sticking these down. It really matters, does it? So you just literally stick in a tiny bit down each side. So we're going to use obviously the little one. Okay, the next step is to glue them into there, but I'm going to just leave them to dry a little bit longer while I do the hexagons. So again, I've already covered them, so you get 2 hexagons, and they're going to be the base, and this is the mechanism that's going to stick in the middle of it, and then you can see it will twirl round. Now, I personally wouldn't use bookbinding glue for this. I would use either silicone or the all-purpose glue. You just want to make sure you don't get it on the swivel bit. So let's use my favourite. Sorry, it's not silicone, is it? I keep saying it's silicone and it's actually not. Don't have time for my matchsticks. So we need to stick one on the top and one on the bottom, and it's easier just to glue these bits here. So that's your mechanism for the rotary. Just make sure, see, some of that squeezed through the hole, can you see? So I'm going to have to get rid of that. Just use my poker tool actually, because that might stop it from actually turning. And I'm actually just smearing it over the top as an extra layer of stickability. So then when it works, it will rotate like that. Right, I'm going to put that to the side to dry. Ideally, I would leave that overnight if you can. So then all we're doing now is sticking all 4 sides, making sure your top piece, your opening is at the top, and sticking all 4 sides in. Maybe do see, to go that way. So what you want to do when you're sticking in, you're going to want glue on the inside of that, so let's do that. To stick it to. like that. But then on top of that, you want to make sure that the sides stick together too. So where that one goes there, you can see you're going to need glue down this side, just to make sure they stick together too. Actually, I'll glue this bit first. I'm just going to put it up there too. That was lucky because I nearly glued the wrong edge in. So keep a close eye and make sure your opening is at the top. Oh, where's the opening? And make sure that you stick the sides together too, like that. In. Just hold it together, make sure it sticks. Checking round, making sure it's all to the edge so it can stick there. Because it's material to material, it takes a little bit longer to dry, but there we have it. And you've got a lovely box inside, whether it's for photos or knickknacks or, you know, keys, whatever. And lovely space for 4 photos on the outside. And then you'll have your lid, which I haven't finished, but you know, once I've finished it, the lid, actually that'll hold it together, won't it? Silly me. There we go. That'll hold it together while it's drying, but I've got to finish it. And yep, that's for the lid. And then your rotary will stick on the bottom once it's dry. Okay, well, I can't put the photos in either. I don't want to do that until it's dry, but that gives you an idea. I've loved this. I bought this ages ago and keep meaning to do it and never got round to it. So I hope that helped, because I found the instructions on these quite bare, shall I say. So a lot of stuff was missing that didn't make sense. So I hope I've helped you all out with that. And I will see you again soon with another project. Bye for now.